is time for a change. So I always thought that when I would become a mom, then I would cut my hair because I would have less time to style it. And so I have not cut significant length off of my hair since we've been married for 7.5 years. I've really just been hanging on to this like I have been hanging on to my dream of becoming pregnant. And it is just time to let it go.
Change is coming to the old routine. Ooh, it's a new normal. A different season, but the same old dream. Ooh, it's a new normal. Change is coming to the old routine. Ooh, it's a new normal. A different season, but the same.
That's so much hair. Let it go. Let it go.
New you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It is gone. Oh my goodness. I seriously love this so much. I can't stop feeling it. I love the length. And I think the reason it has really grown the last couple of months was because of the collagen I was putting in our fertility smoothies. And it is currently the end of month 4 of our 3-month fertility diet. So yeah, figure that one out. We were committed to doing the fertility diet for 3 months, and because of improvements we were seeing, we did decide to go ahead and try it for 4 months. I started loosening up a little bit month 4. Like I slowly started adding a little bit of dairy in, and I was having things with erythritol, like a natural sweetener, and I even had a organic mayo that had like 1 gram of sugar. Seriously, why do they have to add sugar to everything? And about halfway through month 4, I stopped taking the fertility smoothie. I was kind of just done drinking that green stuff. Near the end of month 4, my in-laws came to visit, and I was in the kitchen chopping things up, getting things ready for lunch, and my father-in-law asked me, "How are you doing?" And I knew by the way he asked, he wasn't just asking how lunch was coming along. And so I said, you know what, I'm just really disappointed. We've done everything perfectly for 3-4 months and we still aren't pregnant. And at that point, I thought we might be pregnant. I knew that in about a week I could take a pregnancy test. So the morning that I went to take a pregnancy test, my period had come. So I dumped the pee that I just collected for my pregnancy test because I didn't need to take it anymore. And I crawled back into bed, and Peter held me as I cried. And later that day, I was just really crying out to God about this and just crying, and I needed someone else to know. And so I sent this picture to my mom. And so you can kind of see a little bit of the pain that I was going through at that time and that day. And that's always the hardest, is day 1 and 2 of your cycle when you are sure you're pregnant. And then it gets better, and you just go through a whole roller coaster of emotions throughout the month, and until like the last couple of days when you're convinced again you're gonna be pregnant and you're not. And I had tissues close by because I figured I might need them, and sure enough, I do. So for the sake of our marriage and wanting to get together with people now that things are opening back up after the COVID shutdown, and also just wanting to focus on getting our travel videos finished, and also focusing on finishing our foster classes, we are calling it quits for the fertility challenge. And this is a video that I didn't want to have to make, that I didn't think I'd have to make. Timing sex was taking a toll on our relationship, and my husband is more important to me than a baby. And I also want to live life and not be so strict with what we have to eat and not be able to go out and things like that. So because this 3-month fertility diet did not work for me, should you even consider starting one? And my answer is yes, you definitely should, because just because it wasn't successful for me, I know the principles and things we were doing have helped many people get pregnant naturally, which I think is amazing. And I've been so encouraged by comments on our fertility videos, people that have decided to start the 3-month fertility challenge, and one just really got me thinking and started making me choke up and cry. Because if our videos can provide the right thing for you that you needed to do in order to get pregnant, like, and another baby is in the world because of that, like, then that makes these videos worth it to me. And so I've been so encouraged. I know that this works. I've been listening to several fertility podcasts, and they do say that it takes like 3 to 6 months for your hormones to change, and possibly even up to a year, just to get things all in balance. And you know, I was committed to doing this for 3 months because I figured, well, if I do everything perfectly, then of course it'll happen. You know, month 3 came, and then we decided, let's do one more month, month 4. And just for my own mental health, like, we have to stop this. You see, I created my own timeline in my head of, okay, 3 months and we'll be pregnant. And Proverbs tells us that, you know, we plan in our hearts our ways, but it is the Lord who directs our steps. And so I've made this plan. You know, God knows the desires of my heart, but He also knows the future that I can't see. And so even in this uncertain time, I can put my trust in God because I know that He is good. And we did see several positive changes during this fertility challenge. One, I didn't have as many PMS symptoms like moodiness or acne, hence why I couldn't tell that my period was coming. And the biggest change was with the color and consistency of my period blood to be much healthier. And so that was pretty amazing to see that something was working inside of me. There are some things I would have changed if we did this fertility challenge again. I wish I would have had a schedule posted on the fridge. I wrote it out on my computer, but just simply having it more visible would have helped me, instead of just trying to keep it all in my head. I should have woken up at the same time and gone to sleep at the same time every day. I should have been more active, just walking more to keep the blood moving. I normally walked only 20 minutes a day, and with the shutdown, I wasn't really as active as I normally was. So I really should have made walking a higher priority. And one strange thing happened. A skin issue popped up on my hand at the end of month 2. My acupuncturist said that it could be because I was eating too many things with lectins, and peanut butter and tomatoes are high in that, and I was eating a lot of those at the beginning of our diet. I didn't notice huge changes with my energy or any weight loss. In fact, I actually felt pretty bloated. I think again it was from the amount of lectins that I was eating. However, now that I'm eating things with refined sugar again, I am noticing more fatigue, so I guess the diet was beneficial. Before this diet, I had never gone even more than 3 days without sugar. Not like just in baked goods, but even natural sugar that's found in honey, dates, bananas, etc. I am so proud that I went 3 full months without sugar, except for berries that I had once a day. My occasional treats were cooked carrots in coconut oil and also sweet potatoes. And I finally did eat a Reese's egg that I had been saving since Easter clearance, and it tasted really fake. I wish that they would just make it with like half the amount of sugar or even a quarter. I was so excited to have cheese and dairy products again. I recently had Greek yogurt with cut up mangoes, peaches, and strawberries drizzled with honey. And it was like the best thing ever that I literally sent a kiss to God. I was just like, thank you, God, for this food. Oh, it was so good. And I'm having coffee again as well and just really loving that. During this diet, I got to the point that I wasn't even enjoying food anymore. And that was really sad to me because if you've watched our travel videos, then you know that I love food. Now, we're eating similar to how we were before, just with a few additions like crumbled cheese on our salad and whole wheat bread and the occasional treat. And we're finishing up our supplements that we still have, and I'm still using non-toxic products. Honestly, that's a pretty easy thing to switch to and stick to. A couple books that I have found helpful in our weight that I wanted to share with you are Wait and See and When God Says Wait. If you find yourself in a waiting season, maybe these can be beneficial for you as well. So what's next for us? Well, we are really wanting to become foster parents. We put a pause on that during the fertility challenge, and I was ready to move full steam ahead with that again. But then Peter asked, when would I ever finish our travel videos from our 1-year world trip? Fair point, because I would feel really divided if I was still trying to produce 4 videos a week as well as foster. So our goal is to finish up at least the Asia portion of our trip, which will probably be done around Thanksgiving before we have our first foster placement. And in the meantime, we will work on finishing the paperwork, classes, getting our home study done, as well as looking for other opportunities to serve. At this time, I really just need to get the attention off of myself. And this 3-month challenge, it was a lot of, us and looking inwards. And I, at this point, want to look outwards again, which is always better to do. And I want to hang out with friends and family. I'm always the kind of person that wants to rush to the next thing. And I'm just thankful for my husband who helps keep me grounded. We make a pretty good team, and I'm really thankful that hopefully someday soon we have the chance to be parents together. So thanks for keeping up with our past and present journeys. Until next time. Bye, guys.
Even here in the unknown, even now, you are